The war in Ukraine is still raging. June 18th, 2026. An artillery strike hits the tree line, and a Russian soldier bursts out in a panic, running. One of the strangest moments captured on this battlefield. No weapon, just a water bottle in his hand, running in circles, trying anything to lose the FPV drone behind him. Complete desperation. As the drone makes its final approach, he throws the water bottle at it. It does nothing. The drone hits its target, a Russian soldier reinforcing his underground shelter, digging, building, trying to make it stronger. Ukrainian reconnaissance drones had already spotted him from above. After a short tracking period, an explosive FPV drone is sent in. Direct hit. The shelter collapses and he ends up buried under a pile of dirt. Somehow still alive, he starts digging himself out with a shovel, working as fast as he can, desperate to get free before anything else happens. That's exactly the moment the second drone arrives. He never made it out. The shelter he spent time strengthening became the place he couldn't escape. A Russian soldier inside what looks like an outdoor latrine, about the worst possible position and timing to be caught in. A Ukrainian FPV drone finds him anyway. No time to react. Russian air observation posts, usually just one or two soldiers, a radio, a rifle, and an Igla manpads, meant to watch the skies and warn of incoming threats. Ukraine's Special Operations Forces found them first. The post never got the chance to send a warning. A Ukrainian FPV operator on a routine reconnaissance flight suddenly comes face to face with a Russian soldier. He sees the drone and opens fire. Close range, but every shot misses. He turns and runs, but there's nowhere to take cover in this open terrain. A few seconds later, the drone catches up. A moment with no way out. Ukraine's Magyar's birds spot a lone soldier on the road. An FPV drone closes in at 150 kilometers per hour. He sees it. He has no time to react. Caught completely off guard in open terrain, a weapon in hand, no time to raise it. He starts running, scanning for anything to hide behind. There's nothing. The drone is faster, and every turn he makes, it cuts him off. There was no way out of this one. Night. 3 Russian soldiers spotted by a Ukrainian drone operator. As it approaches, none of them move. No running, no scattering, just standing still. Training? Panic? Something else entirely? Nobody knows. The drone found its target anyway. Wooded terrain. A soldier moves in, unaware he's being watched. Minutes later, a Ukrainian FPV drone arrives, carefully searching through the trees, one by one. It finds him hiding beneath one. He never had the chance to escape. A Russian soldier outside his trench, gloves on, focused on something in front of him, likely a drone operator preparing his own equipment. Completely absorbed in the task, a Ukrainian FPV drone is already closing in. He never notices it coming. The strike hits before he even looks up. Seconds after the explosion, another soldier emerges from inside the trench and runs, choosing to leave everything behind rather than find out what's next. This footage is older, but new details have just emerged showing the full engagement. A Russian MTLB, an armored personnel carrier, dropping off soldiers at a position. Then a Ukrainian Bradley fighting vehicle moves in. Its 25mm Bushmaster cannon opens fire, round after round, tearing into the MTLB's hull. The armor wasn't built to withstand this kind of sustained fire. Hit after hit, the vehicle takes everything the Bradley sends its way. By the end, it's completely disabled. One vehicle built for speed and transport. One built for this exact moment. Russia prefers the night. Silence, cover, the assumption that darkness keeps them hidden. For Ukraine, the night offers something else entirely. Thermal vision sees everything, regardless of how dark it gets. Every soldier moving at night is now easier to spot, not harder. Chases through open fields. Soldiers running with no idea where the drone even is. In total darkness, Russia is more exposed than ever. And they don't even realize it until it's too late. A Ukrainian medium-range drone closing in on a Russian logistics transport moving along a road far from the front. Direct hit. Another supply route. Gone. Southern Donetsk. 2 Russian soldiers running toward the tree line, trying to escape a drone behind them. They disappear into the trees, hoping it's enough. A high-explosive FPV drone reaches them anyway. A Russian gathering point. Soldiers, vehicles, a position clearly being used as a staging area. Ukraine's 15th Army Corps hits it on 2 fronts at once. Artillery opens up first, round after round, tearing into the position, structure by structure. While that's happening, FPV drones are already in the air, searching the area, tracking down infantry, trying to scatter and find cover. Some run toward vehicles. Some run toward what's left of the buildings. None of it matters. The artillery doesn't stop, and the drones don't lose track of them. 2 completely different weapons, working the same target at the same time. By the time it's over, there isn't a single part of this position left standing. Russian transport vehicles supplying infantry on the front, left so exposed, so unguarded, it almost looks like a complete breakdown of military discipline. Ukraine's 63rd Infantry Brigade drone pilots find them one by one and take them out. No air defense, no escort, no cover. And now, the soldiers these vehicles brought to the front have no way back. A Russian soldier walking alone with no clear direction, doesn't seem to know where he's going. Ukrainian reconnaissance drones track him for a while. An FPV drone is already on standby. It never gets the chance to launch. He walks straight into a minefield, completely unaware. Seconds later, he triggers 2 mines at once. Moscow. Thursday, June 18th, 2026. One of the largest drone attacks on the Russian capital since the war began. Hitting in the early morning hours. Nearly 200 drones reaching the city. Russian air defenses intercepted most of them. But enough got through. The Moscow Oil Refinery struck for the 2nd time in a single week. This facility alone supplies more than 1/3 of the fuel market for the entire capital region. All 4 of Moscow's airports shut down, black smoke covering the skyline for hours. This wasn't a random strike. Ukraine is targeting the infrastructure that keeps the Russian war machine running. Fuel, logistics, supply. And it's happening less than 10 miles from the Kremlin. The capital that once felt untouchable is now getting hit week after week. And there's no sign it's stopping. Ukrainian Su-27 pilots, GBU-62 guided bombs, targeting Russian logistics. This time, a pontoon bridge, a crossing point Russia kept using to move equipment and supplies across the river. Direct hit. One less route for Russia to rely on. Bryansk region, deep inside Russia. Ukraine's 413th SBS Regiment raid struck a train locomotive near the village of Judilovo, a railway system Russia relies on to move equipment, supplies, troops. Disabled, far from anywhere Russia expected an attack. The battle in the sky continues. Ukraine's Ostry-Kartuzy special unit operating interceptor drones, hunting down Russian UAVs before they reach their targets. In this operation alone, 20 Molniya II strike drones intercepted and destroyed mid-air. Not with missiles, not with traditional air defense, but with FPV interceptor drones built for exactly this purpose. 20 Russian attack drones never reached wherever they were heading. The sky over this sector now belongs to Ukraine. Ukrainian PTMU magnetic anti-vehicle mines planted on Russian supply routes by heavy drones, disguised with cement and paint to match the road. This footage was filmed by a Russian soldier who found one.
Наче кусок цеглини. А фіг там. Обмазали колонки у цемент под цвет асфальта.
Russia keeps trying to build a pontoon crossing over the Kazeny Torets River, and keeps failing. A tracked pontoon layer destroyed. A vehicle carrying troops destroyed. Now a ZIL truck carrying pontoon equipment also destroyed. Every attempt stopped before the bridge is even built. What you just watched is happening every single day. Soldiers caught in the open, running with nowhere to go. Convoys intercepted before they arrive. Positions found before they're even established. And today, June 18th, 2026, the scale of this war reached a new level. Ukraine launched its largest drone attack on Moscow since the war began. Nearly 200 drones over the Russian capital in the early morning hours. The Moscow Oil Refinery struck for the second time this week. All 4 airports shut down. Black smoke over the city for hours. On the front line, Russian forces have made small advances near Kostiantynivka and Pokrovsk, but converting those gains into anything meaningful remains out of reach. Meanwhile, Ukrainian strikes have pushed Russia's crude oil processing to its lowest level in over 16 years. Russia is still sending men and equipment forward. Ukraine is stopping them on the ground, in the sky, and now deep inside Russia itself. The front hasn't broken, but everything feeding it is burning. And today, some of that smoke is rising over Moscow. Drop a comment. How does Russia respond to this?